The call came while I was standing in my kitchen, half dressed for work, watching my coffee brew. Her tone in the voicemail was measured, almost cordial, like someone politely declining a reservation. "We'd prefer you weren't at the gathering," she said. "You're simply not the direction Daniel is moving in." "My name is Claire. I'm 35, a senior financial analyst, and until that recording, I genuinely believed I was building a life with someone. Daniel is 31. We'd been together nearly 3 years, long enough for borrowed keys, shared playlists, late nights mapping out a future we both claimed to want. His mother, Margaret, never raised her voice. Women like her never need to. She ended with, "We just want the evening to feel easy." Then his sister Jenna sent a text. "You've always made things feel forced." No explanation, no softness. Just a sentence lobbed into silence like something she'd been holding for a while. I stood at my counter reading it twice, then set my phone face down. Something tightened in my chest. That specific pressure that surfaces when you realize someone has been quietly deciding things about your life without consulting you. I didn't give them anything to use. I typed back 4 words. "Understood. Have a lovely time." That evening, Daniel mentioned the family dinner had been rescheduled. He said it facing the window, not me. I told myself I was overthinking. I told myself 3 years wasn't nothing. 10 days later, I wore the blazer that makes me feel exactly like myself and walked into Harlow's. The kind of restaurant that signals membership just by existing. Low lighting, cool marble. Conversations kept deliberately quiet. I spotted them before anyone noticed me. Margaret, Jenna, Daniel, all angled toward each other, sharing something I wasn't meant to hear. Then Margaret glanced up. The table settled into stillness the way rooms do when something interrupts the script. Daniel's face changed first, not shock. The particular expression of someone watching a situation escape their management. Margaret's chin lifted, measured and deliberate. Jenna's gaze dropped immediately to her phone, already composing her version. I didn't walk toward their table. I walked past it entirely, straight to the host stand, and stated my name with the quiet authority of someone who belongs somewhere, because I did. Behind me I heard Margaret, voice clipped and low. "What is she doing here?" And then Daniel stood. "Claire, just a second." That sentence landed with full weight. This wasn't about a dinner I hadn't been told about. This was about an entire structure of decisions assembled around me while I was still living inside the life they were quietly revising. I turned slowly, looked at Daniel. Understood, without a single remaining doubt, that he had known the whole time. Not a man caught between 2 loyalties. A man who had chosen and then simply waited to be found out. Something in me stopped being patient with that. We didn't speak that night. He sent a message that read, "Can we keep this between us?" As though I had written the scene. As though the wound had originated with me. The next morning I noticed the small removals. My umbrella missing from his entryway. The novel I'd left on his nightstand quietly returned to my bag. Careful subtractions, like he was quietly settling accounts. When I raised it, he said, "My family only wants what's best for me." Not for I nodded. Said nothing. But underneath the stillness, something focused and deliberate began assembling itself. 4 days later, my phone screen filled with light. Jenna had posted a photograph. Sunday afternoon, pressed tablecloths, everyone, composed and smiling, and beside Daniel, his arm around a woman I didn't recognize. Dark hair, easy smile, noticeably younger. The caption read, "Finally, someone who just gets it." Red hearts beneath it. The comments were almost harder to read than the image. Margaret responding immediately. Relatives extending warm welcomes. Family friends offering congratulations as though a formal announcement had been made and toasted. I called Daniel. No answer. I sent one message. "Who is she?" He read it. Nothing came back. That was how I learned I'd been replaced before I'd been let go. An hour later, "I really didn't want you to find out this way." As though the delivery Method was what required apology, as though what preceded it had been reasonable and only the ending had gone slightly wrong. I sat looking at the photograph and felt something inside me shift from turbulent to precise. Not grief, not fury. Something quieter and considerably more useful. Clarity. I didn't cry that night. I organized, changed passwords, archived photographs, removed his name from my phone's memory. And with each deliberate action, the noise in my chest became something structured. By morning, I knew exactly what had been taken from me, not the relationship, my position. They had wanted a silent exit, wanted me to accept the assessment and recede while they rewrote the ending. So I stopped reacting and started paying attention. Margaret held a seat on a regional arts foundation board. Jenna worked at a firm managing public image for mid-sized companies. Daniel was 3 weeks from a performance review tied to a significant career advancement. All three of them maintained their lives around how things appeared from a careful distance. And I had lived close enough to see where the appearance diverged from the truth. So I said nothing publicly, went to work, stayed composed. And in the hours between, I organized correspondence, aligned timelines, and documented what I knew with the methodical patience of someone who has spent years understanding that information is most effective when delivered in the correct sequence to the correct people. The occasion arrived ahead of schedule. Margaret's foundation was hosting its annual benefit, the kind of evening with paddles and press mentions, and a guest list assembled with intention. Jenna's firm, I hadn't planned to attend. Then I reconsidered. I arrived just as the room's temperature moved from curated to strain. Daniel saw me first. The color left his face in one motion. "Claire," he said, reaching for my arm. "What did you do?" I moved back. Calmly. Completely. Only what the situation required. Margaret found me from across the room, and for the first time since that voicemail, I watched something shift behind her eyes. Not indignation, recognition of a miscalculation. I walked to where she stood and kept my voice beneath the room's noise. "You asked me not to embarrass your family," I said. "So I didn't. I let that happen naturally." She began to respond, didn't finish. Daniel appeared beside her, and for perhaps the only time I could recall, there was no version of the story within reach. No reframe, no pivot, just the facts, arranged exactly as they were. Within the week, Margaret announced she was stepping away from the foundation for personal reasons. Jenna was placed on leave while her firm completed a review. Daniel's promotion was quietly deferred, then quietly redirected, attributed internally, to unresolved considerations. He came to my door 4 days later. Eyes that had not been resting, voice without its usual footing. "Everyone is upset with me," he said. "They're saying I should have done things differently." I looked at him standing there and felt, with complete honesty, nothing still waiting for resolution. No latent tenderness. No anger still searching for an address. Just the steady calm that comes after a decision has been made and fully inhabited. "You did handle things," I said. "You simply didn't anticipate seeing the outcome." He asked whether any version of this led somewhere different. Said he saw things now he hadn't before. I didn't answer with yes. I didn't answer cruelly with no. I said what was true. "You made your decisions in real time," I told him. "And I made mine the same way. We're both living inside them now." I closed the door, deleted the contact, made tea, sat in my apartment, which felt for the first time in months like a place that was entirely mine, rather than a temporary situation holding its breath. They determined I was too settled, too self-contained, too inconvenient to factor in. What they failed to account for was this: women who have been underestimated long enough eventually stop trying to correct the record out loud.